Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the May 11th Board of Works meeting. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, move on to the roll call members. Madam Clerk, roll, please.
Sure. Oops, on the wrong page. Still on the wrong page. Sorry. Mayor Gentry.
Here.
Becky McClure. Bill Stoner.
Present.
Dick Robertson.
Here.
Alan Milburn.
Present.
Thank you.
Okay, move on to the minutes. Do we have minutes?
13.
For April 13th. Any edits or changes to those minutes? Get a motion to approve.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes for April the 13th.
Motion approved. Is there a second? Second from Judge. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those are approved. All right, on to department head reports. First up will be Police Department, Chief Morgan.
Good evening, board members. Since our last meeting, Lebanon Police Department has responded to 914 calls for service. A total of 13 people were arrested for the following crimes: 4 for operating while intoxicated, 2 were wanted on a warrant, 1 for domestic battery, 1 for possession of meth, 1 for possession of a narcotic, 1 for possession of alcohol by a minor, 1 for driving while suspended, 1 for reckless driving, and 1 for operating never receiving a license. In that same time frame, LPD took 30 crash reports, and we had 0 handgun permits. On to training. On May 4th, Officer Jackson Bland, that didn't come out right. Officer Jackson Bland completed a webinar on interdiction tactics focusing on traffic stops and roadside investigations. May 4th through the 6th, Officer Jameson Wright attended training on interview and interrogation techniques at the Carmel Police Department, which covered legal interviewing methods and communication skills. May 5th through the 7th, Officer Robert Vergitz completed CVSA recertification training in Plainfield, focusing on voice stress analysis for truth verification. Just for information, that's an alternative to polygraph machines where you use a computer. He's one of our laterals who came with this certification, so we sent him on for recert. May 6th, CSI Hannah McCloskey attended gun liaison training in Zionsville, which focused on DNA collection and evidence preservation in firearms investigations. May 4th through the 6th, LPD officers completed mandatory in-service training on EVOC. They did this at the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy, along with Zionsville Police and Boone County Sheriff's Department. On May 8th, officers completed defensive tactics training at White Sound Police Department, focusing on officer safety and their annual training requirements. That's all I have.
Chief, any questions for Chief from the board?
No.
From the public? Okay, thank you, sir. Next will be Fire
Thank you.
Department, Chief Batts.
Good evening, everyone. Since the last Board of Public Works and Safety meeting, Lebanon Fire has made 131 emergency calls of service, logged 350 training hours, completed 46 commercial inspections, installed and inspected 2 car seats, and assisted with 2 public education events. It's been a lot of progress at Station 213. Many of the windows have been installed, the roofing is going down, and the interior framing has begun, and it's looking great. So the crews are going out next week for a tour. Training, Rafe Crow is attending a ladder company operations class in Greensboro, North Carolina. And Blake Gaylor is getting his driver operator aerial state certification, and this will complete Blake's driver operator training from a state certification perspective. On May 6th, the LFD Chiefs presented the Lebanon Professional Firefighters Scholarship on awards night at Lebanon High School, and that was presented to Kiara Vital. Then today, LFD, along with Boone County EMS, trained with Crown Point Assisted Living on a mock fire and a full evacuation of the building. We do this twice a year with them. We simulate a fire and then what it would take to evacuate all the residents. We do this as a timed event. It's more for them, but it helps with their safety ratings, and we're able to do this a couple times a year, and it's good for everyone, and it builds operational continuity. That's all I have for this evening.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions for Chief from the board? From the public? Okay, thank you, sir. Our next will be Parks and Recreation. John Messenger.
Good evening. Seashore Water Park and the splash pad all been filled and the systems are checked along with a few repairs. We're pretty good to go. We'll be doing our chemical tests. They've been sent to the lab, waiting passing results, which we will get. We're very good about that. The health department inspection will be prior to our opening day. Already have all our permits and food permits and such for the concessions. And that is our opening day is set for May 23rd. And that's Memorial Weekend. Since all the kids are going back to school and the majority of our kids are high school kids, we will close down that following after Memorial Day for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but then reopen for all the summer on Friday, May 29th. And there again, due to staffing. So there's not a whole lot we can do about that. And the water's a little chilly right there anyway. But we are edging all the beds right now, freshening up all our mulch beds, be planting flowers again and installing the American flags all around the park and down Northeast Street. That'll be happening in the next couple of weeks. And we are repairing and replacing some of the volleyball nets in the sand volleyball area. We have a couple groups that come out twice a week. So we'll be repairing those. Had a basketball rim torn down this weekend too. So we'll be replacing it. There again, all our staff will be doing an orientation this Saturday at Seashore Water Park on the 18th. Looking forward to getting all our entire staff together and excited for the season to start. That way we have all our ducks in a row and ready for all the patrons that we will be helping out this year and enjoying that. I think we have 20-some new kids, so it's nice to get them orientated and ready to rock and roll. Programs and events, our summer swim lessons are almost full. There again for June and July. We have a few spots still open. Be sure to get registered soon. And I mean just a few, like 2 or 3. So good luck with that. The Megan Hammerly run this past weekend had beautiful weather, great turnout. This Wednesday, all 4 Lebanon elementary schools will be competing in the big run. This will be held again at Abner Longley Park. It's really nice, and it'll be packed down there. But you want to see some fun and a lot of kids going at it from all the schools. It's pretty cool. And that, again, is Wednesday, and it's held at Abner Longley Park. The Boone County Classic Road Bike Race will take place downtown this Saturday, the 16th. I talked to one of the leaders there, and he said, I think they had over 350 already registered. So great event for downtown. I think there's quite a few festivities going on too. I'm sure Joe will fill you in on that. This Saturday, the 16th, the High Five Classic will be held on the Big 4 Trail. Runners of all levels are invited, and you can choose your distance, 4, 8, or 12 miles. They'll start at the trailhead at Menards. You can get on our Facebook page for more information. They did the same kind of thing last year around Memorial Park, and I think it'll be much nicer out there on the trail. We've already checked conditions, and the construction's not going to be in their way, so they're pretty thrilled. There's a running club too, if anybody'd like to join that group. I think there's 20 to 30 in that group that run quite a bit throughout the week. Kiwanis will be hosting their 2028 Fishing Derby on Saturday, June 6th at the Hot Pond Park. There again, be stocked with big catfish, bass trophies, something I've never gained, but if you want to get your kiddos out there, come on out. Great event. Kiwanis is just super to us. Boone County Summerfest will be held on June 5th and 6th downtown. Be sure to mark your calendars. It's a great event. Again, Joe puts a lot of work into it, so I'm sure he'll fill you in on all the festivities downtown. And that's all I had.
John, any questions for John from the board?
No.
From the public? Okay,
Thank you.
Next will be Engineering Department, Kevin Krulik.
Thank you very much. Project updates around the city. Start with our favorite subject, the State Road 39 Bridge over 65. Inspection took place on the evening of the 28th. Happy to report no significant structural issues have been reported. We'll get that, once I have that final report in, I'll share more details with you, but nothing really to report at this point. Chadwick Ditch relocation. Just one quick update that permit resubmittals based on comments that we've provided and received and forwarded on from the residents of Chadwick should go back into the reviewing agencies by the end of this week. Grant Street Phase 2. Slow going work there with the weather we've had lately, but water line installation does continue. We're also working with our friends at Zayo Communications. They relocated a line, but relocated it in the wrong location. So they are relocating that line as we speak. And we're working side by side with them as they continue to lay water main from the south end of the project, moving north. Elizaville Road and Elm Swamp intersection. Happy to report that project is just wrapping up, should be done this week. All the curbs are down, new asphalt, new striping. Topsoil was placed last week, so the last step is really just placing the sod on the new topsoil, and that will wrap up that project. In that same side of town, though, we have now issued an RFP as of Friday for the redesign of Elm Swamp Road from Anderson Lane up to 300 North. So more to come on that as we see those RFP responses for design and engineering come back. On Fordyce, just one update there because I know people are maybe asking some of you. We've had some trouble with some of the sod out there. All that sod is still under warranty. The sod was overseeded about 2 weeks ago. We're letting that have a couple of weeks to germinate. We're retesting, re-inspecting that on the 18th to see the progress before we take the next step, which could be more additional seeding or it could be replacing sod. So we're continuing to work with our partners at Milestone on that one, and they are standing behind the 1-year warranty that is contractual. On Witt Road, just be on the lookout. In the next couple of weeks, we should start seeing utility relocations taking place. We've staked the right-of-way along the east side where the overhead utility poles are. Most of those poles are controlled by Lebanon Utilities, so they will be moved to the back of the right-of-way along with the electric lines, and then there'll be the process, somewhat arduous process of moving communication lines over from pole to pole, but we'll continue to work on that as we gear up for an October letting and late this year and early next year construction. Let's see. Skip over some projects that are a little bit stagnant right now. Jump to park projects. Old Street Garage Master Plan, a lot going on there as our committee continues to work with our BOT team. On the 27th of April, the skate park survey went live. That was live for about 2 weeks, so it just closed down last week. Had good response. I think the first weekend we had 96 people respond to it. So a lot of good information coming back to the skate park designers. We've got a public meeting to meet with some of not a public meeting. We've got a neighborhood meeting with the owners directly affected by the park construction next week in 2 weeks at Trailside Church. And then we will have sort of an open house format meeting at the Lebanon versus Webo softball game. We'll be presenting some of the information as the park has been developing and the results of the skate park survey. So it'll be kind of an open house to share with the public what is happening there that is on May 22nd at the Lebanon versus Webo softball game. But we have now finalized and locked in a final sketch plan after a lot of interactions and conversations with the team there and moving that forward. It's holistically not much different than the master plan that was already developed, but there have been some tweaks to that we think will provide for a better functioning park. Also really excited to see the budget process as we go through the iterations with the team from Envoy. And as Veritas, our owner's representative consultants, are going through ongoing analysis from every budget iteration we see. They're charting trends of where things are changing, where things are improving, where things are going over budget and under budget. So it's very helpful to see those things in real time as they're moving. Admiral Langley Park perimeter path, we had a little bit of issue with some survey coordination 2 weeks ago. That was re-coordinated last week. New revised plans were issued. And let's see, survey started staking again today. Drainage work is expected to begin on the 14th. And then they'll go from drainage to stone placement to asphalt. And we are scheduled to wrap up substantially complete construction by the 8th of June. So that little after the first week of June, we should be wrapping things up. And then, waiting for grass to grow would be the main thing after that. But they are going to excavate for the path with a milling machine. So it really minimizes the width of the excavation and the construction. So we should be able to turn that around and have it very functional, very usable quickly without a lot of mud and those areas to worry about. The storage building renovations down there are really almost done. We're scheduled for fence installations on the 14th, and that's really the last step down there before we complete that project. Also working with the Parks Department on some additional park playground equipment replacements at Memorial Park. That will go to council in a couple of weeks for an additional appropriation to replace some aging and outdated park playground equipment. Police department projects, new police headquarters. That RFP is out on the street. In fact, addendum 1 was issued today. We have good response. Over 20 entities have expressed interest in the project, and there's probably about 30 that have actually received the RFP. So a lot going on there. We meet on a working session with council to update them tomorrow night. Let's see, the new fire station. So jump into fire station projects. A lot going on over there. If you've not driven by, a very large pink building right now. I promise you that's not the final color. That building, the pink is the waterproofing painted on membrane that goes behind the final siding materials. But sprinkler work on the inside is wrapped up. Roofing is being completed. Interior framing really sort of continues. And again, just on track, on schedule. We're really pleased with the team at Core Construction and what they're doing there. We have also then, jumping up to the north side, Station 212, we've issued an RFP for a construction manager to help us put together some renovation projects there. So that RFP is out on the street, or actually sent by invitation only to a few local construction managers. Once we have a contract to put before you, we'll bring that back. DPW projects, lighting on Indianapolis Avenue. Once again, we've had the pole right in front of BP hit. So we're working on with our electrician to just remove that pole to break down the foundation below grade and just put that the wiring there in an underground splice so that we don't have this again. There's a lot of lighting in that area, lights across the street, lights from the gas canopy. So rather than fighting what would be the third replacement, we're just going to eliminate that light pole. Down at 100 South, 400 East, the roundabout reconstruction down there in partnership with our friends at the county continues. Basically right now, storm sewer work is going in the ground, and all the utility relocation work is essentially wrapping up, except for some final relocation of communication lines from old poles to new poles before those poles can be taken out. That is slated for roughly a 135-day closure that started on the 23rd of April. And so that will be late October. That should wrap up and open up. But that intersection is completely closed to through traffic at this time. Regional detention, additional appropriation is on the agenda for this evening. This is just to appropriate already collected funds for that regional detention project so we can continue the development of that project. And with that, that's all I have.
Kevin, any questions for Kevin from the board? From the public? Actually, I had one. Do we have a I know we have the CSX crossing, the stormwater crossing, that start today now.
No.
No?
The closing that you saw notified for CSX is for their crossing upgrades just south of there. That
Okay, so
is
it's not actually the
our
city project.
No.
Okay.
So we have now CSX approval, CSX signatures on the contracts. Those are all done. And Rob, I don't know if you want to jump in, but we've got an MOU that's being circulated between our legal team and the county's legal team. This is because the original MOU that was put in place has expired. It's been,
So it's not our project.
it's not our
it's a CSX
project, not our project. That is just something that came across the NDOT website as a closure that was happening. I want to thank the police department for posting it. It was brought to my attention, and then we shared it on the engineering page as well. So I think that closure happened today down there, but that's not our project.
Fair enough. All right, thank you.
It was closed.
It is closed. You tried and checked it out? Okay.
Yeah, I checked it out. It was closed.
Very good.
Any other questions from the board?
No.
Public? Okay, thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, next up will be Planning Department. Ben Bontrager.
Evening, board members. Over the last couple of weeks, the planning department has completed 99 building inspections and issued 46 building permits. Of those permits, 2 of them are new single-family permits, so we're still seeing some pretty strong activity there. And then obviously continued strong activity on the commercial industrial side, 6 additional improvement location permits, 3 remodels, a foundation permit. So really seeing a lot of activity on both commercial, industrial, and residential side. Really tracking some of the residential sites that are under construction for earthwork and or underground utilities right now. We're going to expect to see a ramp up in residential later, probably this fall. We've got Spring Creek, Auburn Meadows, Liberty Village, and Angeli Gardens, all with earthwork and utilities going on either first sections or future or further sections there. So we're really going to see an uptick in single family residential later this year. And then I do expect Paddock Place, which is an apartment project on the north side, also to break ground, I believe in June, they're telling me. So we'll probably expect to see some building permits for that before the end of the year as well. So residential stuff we're expecting to really pick up in probably the 3rd or 4th quarter this year and going into next year. But still strong activity now. And obviously the commercial industrial side, as some of us were talking before the meeting, is still incredibly active with the number of sites we've got going on. On the code enforcement side, again, seeing a lot of activity there. And as I suspected, in the new cases, grass and weeds has suddenly taken the top in terms of number of new cases. With 21 new cases just in the last 2 weeks. So I think 3 of those are ones that I submitted actually. So still seeing a lot of strong activity, and just continue to encourage people out in the public, if they're seeing things they're concerned about or questions, just call our office, reach out to our code enforcement team, or use our iWork system online to submit those issues, and we will make sure to get those addressed in a timely fashion. In terms of the May Plan Commission agenda, we do have a fairly healthy agenda. There are 3 annexations. Actually, Brent Smith has got 3 different properties kind of in and or around the LEAP district. He's requested the annexations for those. So we've got those 3 annexations on the Plan Commission agenda. There is 2 road right-of-way vacations related to the Meta project. Now we're going to the south side of State Road 32 to close 300 and 400 West. It would essentially be between existing State Road 32 and where the new State Road 32 alignment would be. So that will now become the inside of the Meta site, as opposed to the south side of State Road 32. So it's just closing those sections. It would be between the old 32 and new 32. So those are on the agenda. And then finally, Braun Property Development has got a PUD rezone request for 150 acres, essentially at the northeast corner of 39 and 300 on the north side. So that's a good project, looking at mixed use with some neighborhood retail, and then 3 or 4 different residential property types, looking at that property there to the northeast. So a lot of things coming as we move forward. So that's what I have for you this evening.
Thank you, Ben. Any questions for Ben from the board? From the public? Okay, thank you, sir. Public Works Department, looks like Kevin.
I've got that report for Jason. Street updates, since the last meeting, they have used 5 tons of asphalt repairing potholes. So a lot going on there. And no, we are not responsible for repairing the potholes on 39. I know there's some big ones out there. Be
I saw
careful.
them out today, though. So
Good,
I think they
good to
are
hear.
more
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I mean,
They've also added gravel and regraded Holmes Road, one of our gravel roads in our network. They installed the wayfinding signage for the Heart of Lebanon. They continue with street sweeping and mowing operations, and they participated in the Boone County Solid Waste City Trash Cleanup Day. On the stormwater side, there's been 897 calls for utility locates. Lot of construction happening. 7 SWIP inspections and 37 right-of-way inspections. They've also demolished and replaced 2 drainage structures over on Edwards Drive and poured new riser rings on a structure at Garfield Drive. And they stay on top of cleaning drains before heavy rainfall events just to make sure the system is functioning properly. A couple of department news updates. This is Heavy Brush Week, so make sure you have your brush out. The next one would be the week of June 8th. Then followed by the week of July 6th, the week of August 3rd, and the week of September 11th. That's all I have from Jason.
Kevin, questions for Kevin from?
No question, Kevin, but I was going to tell Jason this evening since he's not here. Past Pleasant Street. I was crossed it today and there was a bunch of big holes on Pleasant Street down by the pond.
I will pass that on. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. All right, and last but not least, communication and community development. Joe LePage.
Evening, everyone. As John alluded to, we are knee deep, almost elbow deep in event season around our community. And so just kind of running down the top 3 that we have going on right now. Pardon me. Chokes me up thinking about it, talking about it. Savor Lebanon coming up on Saturday, May 30th. That's from 1 p.m. until 5. This is an over 21 event. It's more condensed in years past, and my street closure request coming up later on in the meeting will reflect that. Also, we have several city tickets that are available free of charge. And so if you'd like to attend that event, see me. I'll be your ticket guy. Also, again, as John alluded to, Boone County Summerfest coming up June 5th and 6th. On Friday, the Bejeweled Band and Karate Girls play. And I was talking to Patrick in the back. If you've never seen Karate Girls, it's a band that you'll want to bring the family to. It's a lot of fun. The guys are outrageous. It's 4 guys. The band's Karate Girls, and that's all I need to say about that. On Saturday, the 6th, we'll be having a climbing tower that starts earlier than music, a potato sack slide, also a foam party taking place downtown. The music starts a little bit later on the day with Jay Baker 3, and the Flying Toasters wrap things up on Saturday this year. All that's free to attend for everybody, all ages, and bring the families. Also, we are putting the finishing touches on Symphony at Sunset. We have begun putting together the marketing packaging for Symphony at Sunset, the return happening on June 27th. We believe, and Kevin, his report on Abner Longley was a little bit inspiring, and hopefully more so as the month of June continues, June 27th being the event, and Abner Longley being the place is what we have worked with the Lafayette Symphony Orchestra on. You'll be able to see some TV commercials and hear some radio spots and see some things on social media platforms and see live interviews on lifestyle shows in Indianapolis as that event comes closer to happening in our community. And so we're thrilled to bring that back, and happy to have the collaboration with not only the communications and community development department, but also our parks department as well. And finally, 2 quick things. You may be seeing some fresh coats of paint on some of our tigers around our community. Some of our local artists are touching up some. And so right now, Boots over at DPW and Wave at Seashore Water Park have brand new paint jobs. And so encourage everybody to see those. We're slowly migrating through the process, and maybe even adding some more tigers as well to our community. And finally, hot off the press, Telly is now the name of our story booth. And so we took submissions from folks that attended our story booth that was around our community, and we had a little poll, and Telly was the winner. So Telly, the story booth, telephone booth. So that's what I have.
All right, any questions for Joe from the board, from the public? Okay, thank you, sir. All right, that concludes department head reports. Move on to old business. Nothing on my agenda, anything from the board?
Oh.
Okay. New business then. First item up is a Savor Lebanon event request, or street closure request. Joe?
Fantastic. I'll let my map do the talking here for portions of it. As I alluded to 6 seconds ago, this is a more condensed event layout, and kind of the go-between here. The city of Lebanon is Indiana on Tap as this event organizer. And so on their behalf, we're requesting the area right here. You can see right along. So I laid it out on the top of the paper so you can see, but also, again, the event details in the month of May on the 30th from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. The closure they're asking for there, and sorry, kind of slid off to the bottom. So to the north along Meridian Street, it'll be Washington Street down to the alley before State Road 32. So we're going north and south here, and then east-west on Main Street, Lebanon Street all the way to east. And they'd like that closure to begin at 9 a.m. and then wrapping up, the event wraps up at 5. They pack up pretty quickly after that. We're partnering once again with local Cub Scout group 359 to help with a barrier pickup and also trash removal. And so the closure would end at 6 p.m.
Questions or concerns with that on the closure? And this is, since it's a private event, it is a fully fenced, or not private event, but since it's a ticketed event.
It's a fully ticketed
fenced.
event. And this is over 21. And so in years past, and would like to humbly ask once again, the collaboration with Department of Public Works to be able to have a large truck, not wanting to put it down any of the alleys, probably going to put it in the city lot in one of those spaces to kind of keep the pedestrian walkways clear. But putting that truck there, but also utilizing the DPW's help in being able to have those ped barriers, as you alluded to, Mr. Mayor, to be able to put around that red area on the event space to be able to have that secured because it is an over 21 and ticketed event, as you said.
Questions or concerns with that from the board? Okay, entertain a motion to approve the street closure request as presented.
Make a motion that we approve the request as presented.
Motion to approve, is there a second? Second. Second from Bill, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. Thank you, Joe. All right, next up will be the downtown plaza closure request for the Tri Kappa event. Liz.
I'll lower this. Good evening. So yes, Liz Drury, Tri Kappa, in collaboration with Rotary, we would like to request access to the East Side Plaza area for the Strawberry Shortcake Sale fundraiser. It's going to be June 5th. It's always the first Friday of June. We typically run from like 11 to 1, so we get there around 10:30 to set up, and it's a super fast cleanup. So I would say we would be there no more than from 10 to 2. And again, there's no street closure, it's just access to that area. So yeah.
Any questions or concerns with that? So no, are there hoagies this year or no? There's no hoagies, right?
I've heard that
Okay.
is a terrible rumor. No,
Okay.
I've
Okay.
heard that that's true.
Okay, so so strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Alrighty, any questions or concerns on the downtown plaza closure? Entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion we approve as presented.
Motion approved. Is there a second? Second from Dick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. All right, thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
And again, what was the date again, Liz? One more plug for you. All right, well, I was just trying to let you say it, but it's all right. June 5th, 11 to 1, right? There we go. All right, next street closure request for Clues Brews. Patrick.
Turn this on.
All right, good evening. Patrick Luz. I have a request for, basically we have a private company that wants us to rent out Clues Brews on June 3rd. So we want to shut down that section of Washington Street like we've done in the past from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. on that day.
What day is June 3rd? Is it
It's during the week. Wednesday.
yeah. Questions or concerns with that from the board? From 3 to 10 p.m.
Okay.
So, good. The little half block there. Okay, entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion we approve the street closure request for Clues Brews.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bill. All in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed? That is approved. Is there anything else? That was it?
Part 2.
Yep, part 2. Okay.
Cigar bar is basically we are running like 2 months behind schedule at this point. So we want to extend the ability to put a dumpster on those last 2 parking spaces that we had asked for at the beginning of the year. Extend that through August. And basically that dumpster is only there when we need it. I think the last time it only sat there for 7 days. So it's not a blanket. It's just a blanket that we'll pull it in as we need, but it won't necessarily be sitting there from today until August by any means.
Questions or concerns with that from the board? The issues because we had a defined time frame and we're past that, or we're going to close to past.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion we approve as presented.
Motion approved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Dick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, secondary plat and surety acceptance for Auburn Meadows, Section 4. Kevin.
Thank you very much. I can connect here. I'll share. The screen with you. This is Auburn Meadows, Section 4A. And also, this may not mean much, but this is Section 4B. So what's before you tonight, these are the final 2 sections of Auburn Meadows. So it's been a little while since they started building Auburn Meadows. But they're nearing completion on this. There's still some infrastructure work that has to happen, but they have prepared the secondary plats, and the planning department has reviewed these. We're working through the infrastructure issues on this, but they're asking for approval of the secondary plat, acceptance of the secondary plat. These would also be subject to proper sureties being posted and administrative approvals before we would actually issue the plat for recording. But at this time, we feel it's okay to go ahead and get this approval out of the way. Again, subject to those administrative review of applicable sureties before we release this plat for recording. So Auburn Meadows, Section 4B and 4A, or Section 4, as it says on your agenda.
This completes the neighborhood essentially, right?
This does. Actually, I could probably zoom in here. There you go. That's the project location. So yes, this completes all of Auburn Meadows.
Questions or concerns with that from the board? Entertain a motion to approve the secondary plat and surety acceptance as presented for Auburn Meadows.
Make a motion, we approve the secondary plat and survey acceptance for Auburn Meadows, subject to administrative review.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bill. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That's approved. All right. And finally here, I believe, secondary plat and surety acceptance for Liberty Village.
Very same action here. This is Liberty Village secondary plat. Again, this one is ready for approvals, ready for acceptance. So with this, they are we're presenting the secondary plat to you tonight for your review, approval, and acceptance. Again, subject to administrative review and administrative approval of posting of applicable sureties before the plat would be released for recording.
Will there be another entry into this neighborhood?
There will be. Let me kind of scroll through. They don't have an overall sheet like the first project. But this there, what you see is Regia Street, and the north-south line on the east is a future location of John Bart Road. So essentially, that future location of John Bart Road is the east side of Auburn Meadows. Auburn Meadows is also stubbing a street to this location. So the secondary entrance for Liberty Village will be through Auburn Meadows.
Questions or concerns with that?
So this is going to be off Witt Road?
No, this is on the northeast side of town. This is, actually, if I go back to here, so this is the overall map of Auburn Meadows that I shared with you a minute ago. Liberty Village is immediately to the east of that, where you see the word project location. That would be
Okay.
where Liberty Village sits.
So make sure there were two access points. So I know that's not really what we're looking at, but I just noticed that. So, okay. And a motion to approve as presented.
Maturity acceptance for Liberty Village, subject to it.
Motions or a second?
Second.
Second from Alan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. All right, that concludes what I have for new business. Anything from the board? Okay, move on to claims. Entertain a motion concerning the claims.
I make a motion, we approve the claims.
Motion to approve the claims. Is there a second? Second from Judge. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Claims are approved. All right, any announcements or discussion? Okay, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion adjourned. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, our next Board of Works meeting will be Tuesday, May 16th at 6:30 PM. We are adjourned.
All right.